What is going on, YouTube? It's AirJP back with a brand new video. We don't have any kicks to review for you guys today. Should have a pair of kicks in by the end of the week to do a review video on for you guys. And I will let you know, I told you guys in my last video I wasn't going to pick up any sneakers over this past weekend. I kind of lied to you guys, but not on purpose. I really wasn't going to pick up the Jordan 1 Phantoms, but after they sat and I was able to actually get them for under retail, I decided that they were a pair of kicks that I definitely wanted to pick up. Now, initially, it wasn't that I didn't like the Jordan 1 Phantoms, it's just that I really didn't want to pay, I guess, full price for them at the time because there's other sneakers coming out that I wanted to get instead. So I kind of was like, I think I'm going to hold out on these, maybe see if I can get them under retail down the road and pick up some other things that are coming out more recent or here coming up that I want to get instead of picking those up at that time. But as I said, I was able to get them for under retail, so they should be here by the end of the week and we will get a review video up on those Jordan 1s. I did want to let you guys know, obviously this video we're going to be taking a look at some of the summer Jordan brand releases, and we'll take a look at that here in just a minute. But if you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the subscribe button, obviously the like button, as well as that little notification bell so you know every single time that I do upload a video. If you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, you definitely need to do so. Post lots of sneaker pictures. I try to interact with all my followers and everybody that obviously engages or leaves comments on my pictures, so I always try to comment back. So definitely give me a follow on Instagram. It is the exact same username as my YouTube channel name. But thanks guys for tuning in today. I really do appreciate it. And let's go ahead and take a look at these sneakers that are going to be releasing in the upcoming summer months for Jordan brand. So the first sneaker that I want to go over with you guys is a pair of Jordan 14s that does release this weekend. Obviously that is April 6, 2019. And it is the Rip Hamilton, I'm going to call 14s, or the Candy Cane 14s, whichever way you want to call these sneakers. Now obviously we're not too far into summer yet, but these 14s I feel like are a kind of hit or miss. So what I mean by that is basically this is a sneaker that I do actually want to have in my collection, but at the same time I really don't want to pay $190 for these at this time because there is other sneakers coming out that I want to pick up over these. So I feel like this is a sneaker that more than likely will sell out, but at the same time I have this feeling that it may not, because a lot of times your 14s do sit. 14s is probably one of the more not loved Jordan retros, I would call it, but at the same time I would say that this is probably one of the favorite colorways on the Jordan 14 overall. So if you want them, I definitely would say go ahead and try to pick up your pair if you want to have them in your collection and not wait. But at the same time, if you're kind of like me and just there's other sneakers you want to grab at this time, I wouldn't really worry about picking these up at this time. The next sneaker that I want to go over with you guys is a pair of Jordan 13s, and it is being called the Jordan 13 Cap and Gown. So obviously you can see that all black all over the shoe. It kind of looks like you're going to have a patent leather. I can't really tell or haven't seen the full details on the actual shoe myself, or the specs I guess you could say. Kind of looks like a suede or nubuck, I'm going to guess, in your toe box area is what it's looking like. So these overall are probably, I would say, going to be a pass for me. I'm not that big on 13s myself. I mean, there's certain colorways and all that good stuff that I do like on the Jordan 13, but at the same time, this is just one that's probably going to be a pass for me. They are set to release April 27th at a retail price of $200. Next up is a pair of sneakers that's probably one of my favorite out of this pack that's going to be releasing this summer. I wouldn't say it's necessarily my favorite one, but this is one that probably I will have to have the most out of these sneakers to add to my actual collection. So let's go ahead and get right into them. This is a pair of Jordan 7s. It feels like to me that it's been a while since we had some really good Jordan 7s that released. This is obviously the Air Jordan 7 Ray Allen PE. Release date is June 1st at a retail price of $190. So obviously you can see an all black upper pretty much. You do have hints of purple on the shoe. Obviously this shoe is going to commemorate the Milwaukee Bucks. You obviously have that purple Jumpman. That purple tongue is pretty cool on the sneakers as well. These do look like a pretty detailed shoe overall to me, and as I said, I am very excited about these, and hopefully I am able to pick these up and add to my collection. Next up, we're going to go over this Jordan Reflection of a Champion pack just a little bit. I don't have the full details myself yet on what the pack is actually supposed to signify or stand for, but at the same time, there is 3 pair of sneakers that we are going to go over. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first pair here. This is the Air Jordan 6 Reflections of a Champion. The release date on these is June 8th, 2019. Obviously, this kind of reminds me of like a mixture between an infrared Jordan 6 with like a metallic silver. I don't know exactly. I think that they do look really cool. I would say that this is a shoe that for a retail price of $225, I'm going to have to see a little more images of it. It does look like on the back it does have Nike Air on there, not just a Jumpman or anything like that. So it does overall look like a really good sneaker. I do like 6s a lot. So it may be something that I end up picking up at the time. I'll be honest, it kind of depends on money-wise and what else is being released or coming out, because you guys do know that I've recently started collecting Air Maxes. I've always collected LeBrons, Kobe's, other sneakers, so it kind of all depends on what's being released that weekend as well, if this is something that I will pick up or not. But overall, I do think that this Jordan 6 is a really good looking shoe. The next shoe that I want to go over with you guys in this reflection of a champion pack is another Jordan 7. I told you guys earlier when we talked about the Ray Allens that obviously I didn't feel like we've gotten that many good Jordan 7s here in the last little bit. I feel like this is another really good Jordan 7. I'm very excited about these. Out of the whole pack or this whole list, those two pair of Jordan 7s are definitely my favorite sneakers and the two pair that I would want to pick up. And honestly guys, I don't even know if I have a pair of Jordan 7s in my collection right now at all. Now I did have some and I sold them or whatever, but I don't think that I have one pair even in my collection because it's just been so long since really we had a good pair release that I haven't picked any up. And it's not a model that I would say that I'm just going to go pay resale for, and for the simple fact of if I'm going to pay resale for a sneaker, I'm normally going to get something that I really want, not something just to have to sit around or have in my collection. But overall, I do really like these. I plan to pick these up, and as I said, out of the whole pack that we've discussed so far, the two pair of Jordan 7s would be the two must cop pairs for me to have in my actual collection or to wear. So last but definitely not least in this Reflections of a Champion pack, we are going to be talking about this pair of Air Jordan 8s. Now I did just realize this after this whole video basically, and I've looked at this release lineup basically several times since they released it to the public, but I did not realize that all three of these came out on June 8th, or that is what it's saying or slated for at this time. So basically I told you guys on the 6s that I pretty much would pick those up if there wasn't anything else I really wanted to pick up at that time. But I'm going to say that these 7s are going to be the thing that I'm going to want to pick up on June 8th out of these three sneakers in the pack. But taking a look at the 8s, obviously you've got that gray upper, hints of red on there as well. That tongue, you can't really see it, but obviously going to have some red, I would say, probably hints of white, maybe some gray on there too, and the little carpet logo that they have on Jordan 8 tongues. Jordan 8s to me are one of the most comfortable retros that there are out there. I think that it's a very underrated Jordan retro, and I do like them a whole lot. So it could end up being, right now if I was to rate, it would be the 7s would be my favorite, the 6s second, and the 8s would be third. But by the time these release, it could be completely changed up. I could be 7s. I don't think it's going to change. I really like those 7s a lot. The only thing that may change for me is probably the 8s could be second and the 6s be third. But as I said, I pretty much have my mind made up that out of these three sneakers, considering that they are releasing on the same day, I'm definitely going to be going after those Jordan 7s. So now we'll go ahead and take a look at these Jordan 4 Flyknits. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't into the Jordan 3 Flyknits. I'm not into these Jordan 4 Flyknits either. These are all four set to release on June 14th. They are all at a retail price of $220. So obviously you're going to have some very vibrant colors. You obviously have like that Volt lime green color. You're obviously going to have a very crimson or orange, this bluish purple, and then a very bright red. Now out of the four, I would say probably my favorite is either the purple or the red, or bluish purple, whatever you want to call it, guys. I don't have the actual exact color code names that they are calling these. I'm going to go with like a Volt. We'll say orange, we'll say purple, and we'll say red. So my favorite is going to be the purple and the red. I've always really liked purple sneakers. I don't know about an all purple sneaker like this, but at the same time, who knows, seeing them in hand, they could be better. I feel like this is going to be one of those, or this pack of Flyknit sneakers, they'll probably all four sit. I could be completely wrong. If they maybe make one that's limited or say that it's limited, probably people are going to buy it for that reason. But at the same time, these Jordan 4 Flyknits are just not something that's really on my radar at this time. Now I will go ahead and say that I do believe that I may have saved the best for last, because these Jordan 14s that I'm about to show you guys are a really good looking sneaker. I'm going to call these the reverse for Ferraris. That's what a lot of people are calling them. Obviously you're going to have that yellow upper, that Jumpman on the side in the little Ferrari type print or logo, as you can tell there. Obviously your tongue is going to be that tall tongue as they are on Jordan 14s. It does look like you're going to have carbon fiber on the mudguard or midsole, as you can see going around the side of the shoe. These are slated to release on June 22nd for a retail price of $200. I really felt like that these were going to be a $225 price point when I saw them. So when I saw that $200 price point, I was basically like, oh, you know, that's a little different. I mean, if you look at the Jordan 4 Flyknit, it's at $220. That's just, I don't know. I know there's a lot of detail that goes into the knit and all that good stuff, but at the same time, this Jordan 14 looks like it's going to be pretty good quality, in my opinion, from overall just first looks. I would say that these definitely will sell out. It is a little early, hard to tell. Obviously, more pairs will have to surface. We'll get early pairs out, early reviews, all that good stuff, and we will know a little bit more about them at that time. But I do feel like that this is going to be a really good sneaker, and I just think overall that this is probably one of the best sneakers in the pack overall. I would, let me put it this way. It's probably not my favorite because I've already told you guys I do really like those two 7s. And even at this time, after seeing these 14s, they probably still are my two favorite sneakers in the pack, are those Jordan 7s that are going to be releasing. But these would be not far behind. But I would say to the general public overall that these 14s will be probably one of the favorites out of the whole pack for this summer of 2019. I really want to thank everyone for tuning in and checking out this video on the Jordan Brand 2019 summer releases or summer lineup. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I basically told you already my two favorite, or my picks to try to pick up for my collection, are going to be those two pair of Jordan 7s, the Reflections of a Champion, as well as those Ray Allen PEs. Let me know in the comment section below which ones did you guys like the best, or which ones are you all planning to try to add to your collection overall. But thanks again, guys, for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. We'll be back later this week with a release roundup video, as well as hopefully the end of the week or maybe early in the weekend with those Jordan 1 Phantoms in hand, so I can give you guys a full detailed review on those as well. But thanks again for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all your guys' support, and we'll be back very, very soon. Peace.